Okay, so you've bought your FP&A software, and you need to now get your solution in place. You need to run a project. Now, most CFOs or senior finance people at some point have been involved in a project. It's probably an ERP project. And having been through an ERP project, that's probably enough to scar you for life. So I've got some good news. Putting in FP&A software is nowhere near as difficult and as risky as putting in an ERP system. So that's the first thing that's good to hear. But there's a few things that you could and should do, especially as a senior finance person, someone running the project, that will really help your chance of success. The first thing you need to do is choose the right team. You need to put your best people on this. You need to pick the people who understand your business well, the people that you trust to take good decisions, and to keep their eye on the ball. Second thing you need to do is you need to give them the time to actually work on the project. We tend to say a minimum of a day a week. More is better, depends on the size of the company, obviously. If you can get somebody dedicated 3, 4, 5 days a week to your project, you're really improving your chances of success. Now the really important one, scope. You need to understand the problem that you're trying to solve. So many people come to us and say, "Oh, can you put in what we have on our Excel spreadsheets?" Well, the best thing to replace an Excel spreadsheet, the functionality of an Excel spreadsheet, is an Excel spreadsheet. Don't just try and replace your Excel. Fine, replace the processes that your Excel system is supporting, but try and take a step further. Try and figure out what improvement you're looking for. That might be improvement in time, number of what-if scenarios you can do, speed to month end, control over forecasting process. You've heard me talk about workflow on other videos. Be clear about what it is, the business benefit that you're trying to get from your solution. It's not just putting in software, you're putting in a business solution. If you're putting in a business solution, the other and most often missed part of putting in a business solution is the change management. Now, I'm not a big fan of change managers. I've had a few scars from them in the past, but you are changing a process. And it's not rocket science. At month end or whenever your forecast, instead of Fred going and putting data into that software there, that spreadsheet there, and then sending it to Mavis to do the next bit, they're going to go to this screen here and put something in here, and then somebody over here is going to approve it. It's a change in process, and people need to understand what that change in process is. There's going to come a month where you don't do the old way, you do it the new way, and unless people have been introduced to that and got it socialized, and you've ironed out the difficulties with the change or the impact of the change, don't be surprised if it's a bit bumpy on the first few goes. You can do that by making sure you're involved in the project, testing the process, not checking for software bugs. It's highly unlikely there's going to be any. Check the new process from your perspective with the people that are going to be involved in that process. Get them used to it, and you're really going to improve your chance of success. I know it sounds really simple. If I had £1 for every time I saw people not do it, I wouldn't have to stand making these videos. It really is something that you as a senior professional focus on. Let your team get on with the day-to-day work, understand the key points, keep the overall objective in sight, and make sure your team understand that objective and are aiming towards it. 3 or 4 months, you're going to have a really decent EPM system. It's going to change your life, but you can make all the difference by taking those simple steps.